Hey guys, welcome back to my page. I am the Reflective Perspective Oracle. Today we're going to do a pick a card reading surrounding how you can step more into a boss energy. I was shuffling the cards and I got Ladies Who Lunch. It's a card about not just women, about men. It's more just about the energy of stepping into a boss. So we've got 3 piles to choose from. Pile 1, this piece of yellow topaz. Pile 2, this brown banded agate. And pile 3, we have this piece of citrine, okay? So intuitively choose your pile, whatever you're drawn to. Timestamps are in the description box. So let's get started with pile number 1. So pile number 1, you chose this piece of yellow topaz. Let's see how you can step more into your boss energy. Okay, pile number 1. It seems as though you have been feeling very overwhelmed, okay? You're looking at something far too closely. I think that you have, come to the realization that you have been deceiving yourself or living in kind of like a deceitful energy within your own self. Maybe convincing yourself that, you know, you are quote unquote tougher than you feel you should be, or something of this nature. Like, you're having shame and guilt around being vulnerable, okay? But you're being asked to stop that, okay? You're being asked to look at the bigger picture here, to not deceive yourself about this, and to allow your emotions to balance themselves out. That there is, it's not weak to be vulnerable. There's strength in vulnerability. Allowing yourself time and space to feel is a good thing. This enables us to integrate all the things that we've been pushing down and pushing aside and pretending that haven't been existing within our lives, and that we have been looking at far too closely, that make us feel, you know, like it's always on your mind, that kind of thing. I'm hearing this song in my head. I'm not quite sure what the name of it is, but it goes like, you know, here comes the rain again. So what I'm getting from that is like, when it rains, it pours. So this happens to you quite often, where the energy comes in, one thing happens, and then you kind of, everything comes in and it overwhelms you, right? And you then beat upon yourself. Because it overwhelms you so much, you get to this very vulnerable place. And, you know, you've been deceiving yourself about the fact that you do this. And so you're being asked to not do that anymore, and to really just allow your emotions to come up and out whenever they're ready. To not stifle it is what I'm trying to say. So, you know, and not to look at it all at once, right? It isn't healthy to have these when it rains, it pours kind of moments, okay? So I pulled a Rider-Waite tarot card for each deck, just to see what the advice might be as well here, to clarify. And you got the 4 of Swords. Now, as you can see, this person is lying down. They've hung up their swords. Swords represents mental energy. They've hung up their swords. They're not willing to fight at this time. They're taking the rest that they need. And as you can see, there's also a stained glass window here, which means that there's hope. As long as you take the rest you need, right? This is talking about going within, meditating, in a reflection, just resting, right? Resting the mental energy, resting the swords of the mind, and just being kinder to yourself. So again, look at the bigger picture here. Please don't deceive yourself about this action that you've been doing. You know, allow yourself to feel. You are not weak. You are strong for feeling. You are strong for being vulnerable, especially with yourself. And please don't not allow yourself to feel, right? So I hope that that resonated for you, pile number 1. Please be kind to yourself, okay? If you chose pile number 2, this piece of brown banded agate, let's see how you can step more into your boss energy. All right, pile number 2. This is more about Spirit coming through to say, you already know what this is about. You know that it's time to move on from this. You know that in the past you may or may not have given your playbook away to too many people, okay? So giving your playbook away talks about always over explaining yourself, always feeling as though you have to do this in order to keep people in your life. So, you know, take note of if you're the one that sends messages first. Take note if you're the one that sends paragraphs when you're, you know, maybe in confrontation with somebody that you love or some sort of relationship. It could be anything, right? It could be even your work, your boss, your family. But I feel as though you're quite aware of this because we have the next card which talks about it's your intuition. It knows that it's time to move on from this behavior, right? And then we have that's what's up, which is just a big old confirmation of that. And then don't worry about it. It'll sort itself out. So as if to say, the simple sheer fact that you have recognized this behavior about yourself and that you're ready to move on from it means that you are, and you are integrating it throughout your days. You don't really need to overanalyze it. You don't need to try to fix it. It just kind of will shake itself out on its own. And I decided to pull one Rider-Waite tarot card for each deck, or sorry, for each pile, just to kind of clarify. And you guys got the Six of Swords, okay? So in the Six of Swords, you can see this man, this woman, and this child are moving away from rocky waters into calmer waters, right? So maybe within a relationship, you know, you were able to speak your truth, you were able to move on from this behavior, and you're now more allowing others to just show you who they are without having to over-explain to them who you need them to be for you. Or this just represents you, all facets of you, right? The masculine, the feminine, and the inner child saying, all right, you know what, that's enough. We're taking our mental energy and we're putting it somewhere else, right? Because again, you're being asked not to worry about it, right? It's literally saying, don't worry about it, it'll sort itself out. So you're just walking away from this. You're just saying next to this situation, to this pattern that you were in, and you are literally getting in your boat and you're paddling on to calmer waters, right? And that is stepping more for you, pile 2, into your boss energy, all right? Somebody who has control over what it is they want, where they're going. They've got their ducks in a row. They feel more solid and grounded in their decisions. They know what they want. They know that they deserve it. And they feel that fully and completely. They feel their worth. They honor that. And they move towards it. And they make the moves, the boss moves that are needed to get there. So, as I said, you are literally stepping away from this. Your intuition knows it. You know it's time. That is literally what is up. You're not giving your energy away, your mental energy, to people, places, and situations that do not reciprocate without you telling them how to. And you're also being asked to not worry about this any longer, okay? So that's great news, pile 2, and I hope that resonated for you. And finally, if you chose pile number 3, this piece of citrine, let's see how you can step more into your boss energy. Pile number 3. If you haven't done so already, but I do feel like you are making the effort to do this so far, and I say that because we've already got the you're doing the best you can card. So this indicates to me that this is something that you're already implementing. This is something you're already taking action on. This is something you're already doing. But if not, then the advice is to do this. So what is it that you are to do? Well, I will tell you. So first and foremost, we have customer service face. Now this card talks about needing to take off the mask, asking yourself why it is that you feel the need to wear this around certain people, places, or situations, and knowing that there is sometimes that you need, there are some times that you need to wear this mask. You know, say for example, while giving customer service in the way of like, you're at work and you can't fully be yourself. You've got to be like, that customer service kind of individual. But it's just the main message here is, maybe if you haven't gotten there yet, you're analyzing, or you should analyze why it is that you feel the need to wear this around certain people, places, and situations. But I feel like, again, as I said in the beginning, you're already kind of stepping into this energy. You're looking at that, and you're looking at it because you're wanting to step more into your authenticity, and to not make decisions based on what others say, especially those that you love around you, because sometimes the ones we love, their opinions can color the choices that we make in our lives because we love them, and we know they love us, and we think to ourselves, well, they wouldn't tell me this, or they wouldn't suggest this if they didn't love me. But you have to remember that they're making the choice based through their lens, and you're being asked to make the choices through your lens, whatever feels the best to you, right? From your heart space, from your authentic, autonomous, sovereign being, like what it is that you want, not what you think others will want of you, right? And then we've got level up. So level up talks about, needing to take the steps to get to the next level, knowing that it's time to do so, knowing you're ready for this. Okay, so I feel like, as I said in the beginning, I feel like you're already sort of implementing these steps. And that's how Spirit is coming through to say that you can step more into this boss energy. This person who's got their ducks in a row, they know what they want, they know they deserve to be in this energy. They know that it's possible. You are capable of that. You are capable of walking and speaking in your truth and your full authenticity, and knowing that the right people, places, and situations will stay. The rest will fall away, and you won't have to wear this mask so much anymore. So I pulled a Rider-Waite tarot card for each deck just to clarify. And you, pile 3, got the Temperance card. Now go ahead and look that up if you feel called to do so. I'm being drawn to the crown here, right? Stepping into the boss energy, like that sovereign mentality where I make choices based on what it is that I want, right? This card is also about balance, right? Going with the flow. As you can see, she's got 1 foot in the water and 1 foot on the rock. Okay, so she's balancing between like a solid foundation of earth, like that rock, and then she's balancing between the emotions. Water always represents emotions in any sort of tarot or oracle deck. And she's also got 2 cups here, and she's dispersing some water from one cup to the other, and vice versa, right? So this talks about going with the flow, balancing out the energies. I'm also being drawn to her third eye here, this kind of enlightened spot within her, on her forehead, which is basically talking about your intuition and knowing what is best for you and listening to that. So yeah, this pile 3 is a great it's a great spot to be in, especially because, again, as I said in the beginning, Spirit's really saying you are doing the best you can with this. So you may have already recognized this, and you just needed a little confirmation on it. You're wondering if you were making the right steps, which you are, okay? You're going up. You're taking the steps that are needed to level up into this new person. I mean, I love that the steps are pointing here right to the the boss energy, the ladies who lunch. It doesn't just talk about men, it also talks about women. It's just the energy, okay? Somebody who's got their ducks in a row, knows what they want, knows they deserve it, and they can do and be and have anything they want within this energy, okay? So good for you, pile 3. Step into that sovereignty, step into that authenticity, take the mask off, and make the steps needed to just flow within what it is that you want. Go with the flow. Let this all happen and play out for you, knowing that you deserve it, okay? So I hope that resonated for you, pile number 3. Thank you guys so much for being here. I hope you have a fantastic day, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye, guys.